bride to be married to this man today.
Are you Dave?
Everyone, please have a seat. We're gathered here today to witness one of life's greatest moments. In a world full of negativity, it's difficult to find reasons to celebrate. But a wedding is a reason for pure celebration. At weddings, there's an anticipation. There's an awareness that something special, something that goes to the very core of our hearts is about to happen. My name's Chris. I'm Courtney's brother-in-law, soon to be Mark's brother-in-law. I also have a big crush on the maid of honor. But don't tell her, I'm not sure she feels the same way, especially right now. On behalf of Mark and Courtney, I want to welcome each one of you and thank you all for being here today on this beautiful day to witness this beautiful occasion. Mark and Courtney have requested that this be an unplugged ceremony, which means that we'd like you to turn off your cell phones and your devices in a few minutes. We'll give you the next couple minutes to take pictures, but when Jackie comes up for her reading, we'd like you to turn those off, please. Let me remind each of you that you're not just spectators here today. You guys are witnesses to this public commitment of marriage and this public commitment of love. Some of you have known Mark and Courtney since they were born. Others of you maybe have met them more recently, but you've each been carefully selected to join them in this moment. It's an absolute honor for me to take care of this ceremony today. I must say that these two become my little brother and my little sister. We have a wonderful day planned for the two of them, so without further delay, let's go ahead with the proceedings. Now I'd like to call on Jackie, in front of the brides, for a special reading from the book of Corinthians of the New Testament of the Bible.
Reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 8. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails.
Today is the culmination of months and months of planning, unplanning, replanning, as you two know far too well. But today is about much more than that. I'm not going to stand here today and pretend like you two are going to remember everything I say. I've been in your shoes. Lindsay and I have been in your shoes. If you guys are anything like Lindsay and I, which I know you are, Courtney, your mind is everywhere right now, and Mark, your mind is nowhere. I got the mic right now, right? This will go down as one of the best days of your life, so don't let it flash by before you. If you remember one thing from this ceremony, remember this. Today is not the finish line, today is the start line. Mark, I want to say this to you today. This is your bride. As you shook hands with Bob a few short minutes ago and he walked away, that was not just formality, that was not just symbolic. Something's changing for you today. You have a new responsibility, a responsibility you've never had before. Courtney will be your wife. You're to love her, to cherish her. You are her rock, her provider, and her protector. Her father has taken her this far, and he should be able to now rest peacefully, knowing that you will do everything it takes to protect her and to provide for her, and to love her unconditionally. And Courtney, I want to say this to you too. Everything is changing for you too today. Mark will be your husband. No one has forced you to be here. You're committing to love him, to trust him, to compliment him, to support him. You're making a choice today to be his rock, his calm in the storm, and his voice of reason. You're to work with him to make your marriage the best that it can be. As I said, today is your start line. It's been easy to get sucked into the roller coaster of planning a wedding and to lose sight of what this occasion is really all about. I'm sorry to say, but planning a wedding is much easier than planning for a marriage. For a wedding, you have a checklist, an order, a start date, and an end time. Lindsay and I have been married for a few years now, but I can't stand here and say that I have one magic trick that works for us. In fact, if you asked every couple in this room or in this area here, I think you get just as many different answers to how their marriage works. When it comes to marriage, every single one is different. Every marriage contains a unique blend of personalities, a unique history, a unique set of circumstances, and a unique set of joys. What I can say with great confidence, you're married to someone for almost 5 years that's eerily similar to you, Courtney, is that you will encounter hard times. Both of you have weaknesses and struggles that you will deal with as you live life together. As different as each marriage is, there are a few keys to a successful and enduring marriage. In fact, there are 10 of them. But I don't need to go through them right now, because Jackie just read them. That beautiful and simple verse that Jackie read is often used at weddings like this because of its flow and its simplicity. Although it's simple, it is very complicated to actually on these. There may not be one key to marriage, but there are a few keys to a successful marriage. Just let Jackie read that and I could explain. All that you need to know through the good times and the bad times are in that passage. As is always the case, the writers of the Bible knew what they were talking about when they penned those words, and all that us as human beings do is overcomplicate them. I can guarantee you that if you live your marriage showing these characteristics of love, as Jackie said, love is patient, kind, not self-seeking, slow to anger, you will have a long and perfect marriage. But I can also guarantee you that you will not show all of those traits all the time. Let me tell you, it's easy to follow that passage in the good times, but during the bad times is when it really gets important. Perhaps when your partner is not showing all those traits. That's when it's most important to show patience, kindness, slow to anger, but you can't do it alone. Luckily, you have Lindsay and I and all these people standing at the front here to support you. You also have all the people sitting there who've come for only one reason, and that's to support you in your wedding and in your marriage. And you have been and you will be supported by God and the plan He has for you too. Praying together is a powerful tool that allows you to talk to God in the good times and the bad times. So let this be my charge and my challenge to you two today. As you two grow old together, make this your life verse. Growing old together doesn't have to be in 20 or 30 years. Growing old together starts tomorrow. Grow old together equipped with these few words from Jackie that she read, with all your supporters up here and over there as they cheer you on in your journey. This is not the finish line, this is the start line. Now Mark and Courtney have written their own vows. But before we get to them, I'd like to remind both of you too of the seriousness of the decision and the promise you're about to make. The vows you're about to take should not be taken without careful thought and understanding of the commitment you guys are making to one another for as long as you both shall live. I'm going to do two hold hands. You can't hold things, but you can hold one. Yeah, Mark, go ahead. Do you guys actually understand what we're
Courtney, from the moment I threw you in the snowbank, I knew that I was going to marry you.
Ice.
You're not allowed to cry because you're the ugliest, prettiest crier I've ever seen. But I would never make you cry, so we're all good there. With that said, I would still do anything for you. I would drive across the world for you. I will find a show on Netflix for both of us to watch and be okay with you watching it without me. You put up with so much, the hours we work, bringing me dinner, and being okay with saying I'm on my way home, and then stopping at the neighbors for an hour. You're my best friend. You're the one that I'm okay with when I'm vulnerable. Putting up with me is never going to be easy, but you're going to stick by my side no matter how thick things get, and I love you.
Courtney, your turn.
Mark, February 20th, 2016 will be a day I'll never forget because it was the day that you walked into my life. In a short time, you showed me what it was like to live life to the fullest, to trust people again, to love unconditionally, and to take risks because you never know where a new road will take you. When we started our journey down this road, I knew there was no turning back. I knew I found the one I was supposed to be. I can't promise that every day together will be a walk in the park, but I can promise you this. I promise to never go to bed angry. I promise to not push you off the bed when your snoring drives me crazy. I promise to be patient with you and understanding even when we're in a disagreement. I promise to always understand your love for the farm and to continue having tractor dates. I promise to try my hardest to not yell at you when I'm hungry. I promise to always encourage you and to be your support system. Lastly, and most importantly, I promise to love you with everything that I have, through the ups and the downs and whatever this life throws at us. We are a team, and there's no place I'd rather be than by your side.
Mark, as you're looking at your bride, repeat after me. Sorry, don't repeat after me. Do you take Courtney to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part?
I do.
Courtney, as you're looking at your groom, do you take Mark to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part?
I do.
Travis, can we have the rings? Courtney, this ring Mark has for you. May it not just be a piece of jewelry, but may it always remind you of this commitment you're making today in front of all of us, to respect him, to trust him, to love him with all your heart from this day forward. Mark, please place the ring on Courtney's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Now, before we go on, I just want to point out that this isn't any ring that Courtney is holding right now. This isn't the first time this ring has been worn. It was worn by Mark's grandfather, Wesley Craig, for over 59 years. A very special moment here for the Craig family. Mark, as I said to Courtney, let this ring remind you of the commitment you are making to Courtney, and that you are to love her unconditionally from this day forward. Courtney, please place the ring on Mark's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
Oh.
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Mark and Courtney, from this day forward, you will never be alone. Based on the charge that you have received today, and based on the vows that you've taken in front of me and these witnesses today, we celebrate with you that the two roads that brought you here today will be one as you leave. Before we close, I'd like to give you two a chance to pause here. Maybe the only chance you guys will get to pause today. Think about the winding road that you two took to get to this moment over the last 24 years. The highs, the lows, and let it all go. Perhaps Rascal Flatts said it best when they said, "God bless the broken road that led me straight to you." Right now, that chapter of your life is closing, and a new one is beginning. As you stand here with each other today, why don't you stop and look at each other? Really let this moment register in your head. This is the present, and this is your future. Life is full of moments, but you will never have another moment like this in your lifetime. And as we're all here in this moment with you together, why don't you take a second and look at your closest friends and family. They've all come here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to support you. Now, by virtue of the authority not vested in me by the province of Ontario, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Mark, you may kiss your bride. and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Mark Craig.
Oh, sorry.